When a 60-kilogram skinny fighter stepped into the ring against a 120-kilogram heavyweight boxer twice his size, nobody expected what happened next. What started as David versus Goliath quickly turned into a masterclass of technique over brute force, ending with a devastating arm lock that had the giant tapping out in desperation. We're about to show you shocking encounters where skinny fighters completely destroy heavyweight opponents using nothing but superior technique, mental warfare, and pure determination. Welcome back to Fight Legends Unleashed, where we expose the brutal reality of real combat encounters that defy conventional wisdom. Today we're diving deep into one of the most controversial topics in fighting. Can technique truly overcome raw size and power? The answer will shock you. In this explosive breakdown, we'll analyze 5 jaw-dropping encounters where undersized fighters completely obliterated their heavyweight opponents. From street fights to professional tournaments, we'll witness a skinny teen's psychological warfare that broke a world champion's spirit, a devastating rear naked choke that put a giant to sleep, precision striking that dropped heavyweights like rag dolls, and a shocking arm lock finish that proved size means nothing when skill meets opportunity. Our next encounter takes us to the streets, where a skinny fighter in black shorts faces off against a significantly bigger opponent in blue jeans. Both fighters came out aggressive, but the size advantage seemed obvious. The heavyweight got hold of the skinny fighter and threw him down to the ground, appearing to take early control. For most observers, this looked like game over for the smaller man, but the skinny fighter had other plans. Using his superior conditioning and technique, he managed to turn the tables completely. Coming right back up over the bigger guy, he reversed the position and found himself on top of his heavyweight opponent. The tables had turned completely. The heavyweight who tried to get smart by attacking first was now on the ground with the skinny guy on top, throwing punches and elbows to his face. The bigger fighter tried desperately to get back to his feet, but the smaller man wasn't giving him the slightest chance. Then came the finish that nobody saw coming. The skinny fighter transitioned to the back of his heavyweight opponent, locking him in a perfect rear naked choke. Within seconds, it was over. The bigger guy was in a deep sleep, and the fight was finished. The technique had overcome size in the most definitive way possible. This street encounter featured another David versus Goliath scenario. A short fighter weighing 175 pounds in navy blue shorts against a much heavier 200-pound opponent in black. The weight difference was significant, but the outcome would shock everyone watching. The skinny fighter was aggressive from the opening seconds. Both fighters attempted kicks, but the shorter man's superior balance and technique immediately became apparent. Here you can see that the short guy landed a brutal kick to his opponent's thigh, targeting the exact spot where it hurts the most. The heavyweight tried to fight back, but the relentless, smaller fighter wasn't giving him any breathing room. The short fighter got his heavyweight opponent backed against the fence and unleashed perfect punches to his head, forcing his opponent to move backward desperately to protect himself. But it was those perfectly placed thigh kicks that sealed the victory. The short fighter had landed such precise strikes to the thigh that it became increasingly complex for his larger opponent to maintain his footing. The systematic leg damage had compromised the heavyweight's mobility completely, effectively ending the fight and declaring the short, skinny fighter the winner through pure technical superiority. This encounter took place in an open arena between fighters with a massive size disparity. A short, skinny fighter standing 5 feet 8 inches in black and red against a towering 6 feet 5 inches opponent in black shorts. The height and reach advantages seemed insurmountable. The fight began with the bigger fighter adopting a defensive posture, which would prove to be the biggest mistake of his life. At this point, the smaller fighter instantly recognized the opportunity. Seeing his chance, he landed 3 clean right hooks back to back, each one finding its mark. The bigger fighter was knocked down, but managed to get back to his feet quickly, forcing the referee to check on his condition. When the action resumed, the smaller fighter wasted absolutely no time. Without hesitation, he charged again and landed another perfect right hook. This time, the big guy was completely knocked out, falling to the ground like a lifeless body. Our featured encounter showcases something extraordinary: how a smaller fighter can completely dominate a 3-time world champion who towers 20 centimeters above him and outweighs him by 40 pounds. Adilton Freitas brought both size and elite-level skills to this fight, making Sancho's victory even more remarkable. Sancho loves fighting bigger opponents, and this giant was controlling the action beautifully until he made one crucial mistake. As Sancho attempted his signature cartwheel kick, Freitas countered perfectly, kicking Sancho's leg during the recovery phase. The technique was flawless. Freitas had done nothing wrong. But here's where Sancho's genius revealed itself. Like so many of his other fights, Sancho pretends to be angry. This takes opponents out of their flow and shifts the momentum dramatically. When Sancho put his hands down and displayed an angry face, something incredible happened. The giant bowed down immediately. Freitas doesn't realize it yet, but he just completely gave away all his momentum with this deep bow. Right away, Sancho capitalized. He landed a big sweep, the first clean technique he'd scored in the entire fight so far. From across the ring, Sancho threw his signature jumping push kick, which knocked his opponent to the ground. In the second round, Sancho identified a glaring weakness. His opponent had become susceptible to left cross counters in multiple scenarios. After landing several crosses, Freitas managed to gain back some momentum. He landed a few punches and had nice exchanges with Sancho. But every time the heavyweight showed signs of recovery, Sancho made sure to take the momentum back by landing multiple strong keeps and nullifying the clinch. Now, Sancho applied a counterintuitive strategy that very few people understand. To beat a giant, you have to walk towards it. After the giant threw his best shots to no effect, Sancho was fighting like he was the bigger fighter. He could now walk down the giant and throw the more significant shots as his bigger opponent faded in confidence. By round 3, Sancho was ready to end it. When his opponent threw a knee, Sancho caught it with his forearm and loaded up the big left hand we'd been seeing in previous rounds. As Freitas tried to recover, Sancho hit the counter again when his opponent went for a low kick. To seal the deal, Sancho backed the giant into the corner and unleashed machine gun punches like Ip Man until the referee stopped the fight. Our final and most shocking encounter comes from the Professional Dogfight World Tournament, featuring Ramison Formiga, a short, skinny jiu-jitsu specialist weighing only 60 kilograms, against Roger Delat, a heavyweight boxer and kickboxer weighing over 120 kilograms. Literally double Ramison's weight. The fight opened with both fighters in defensive mode, one blessed with size, the other with speed and technique. Ramison attempted to attack, but Roger caught his leg. Using his significant height advantage, Roger began throwing punches down at Ramison's back, while the smaller fighter maintained his grip on Roger's leg, desperately trying to bring the giant to the ground. Despite absorbing punishment to his back, Ramison refused to let go. This time, Ramison's persistence finally paid off. He successfully threw Roger off balance, causing the heavyweight to lose control and fall. However, Roger immediately gained control over Ramison as well, leading to an intense grappling exchange. The fight continued with both fighters locked in combat on the ground, but Ramison's superior grappling skills began to show. He managed to get on top of Roger and establish control, not allowing the heavyweight to move while consistently throwing punches to his face. Thankfully, Roger managed to escape Ramison's grip momentarily, but the smaller fighter's speed and agility came into play. Due to his compact size, Ramison was quicker than anyone expected, immediately getting back on top of Roger and resuming his ground and pound attack. The end came during another grappling exchange. Ramison saw his opportunity and secured Roger's arm in a perfect arm lock. Roger had no choice but to tap out instantly, declaring Ramison the winner of this incredible David versus Goliath encounter. Do you think the technique will always triumph over size, or were these just lucky exceptions? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more unfiltered analysis of real combat encounters that challenge everything you think you know about fighting.